Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
We are live. It is the Monday Night Raw recap show, reaction show. A lot happens tonight on Raw. Started off with CM Punk being in the building. Of course, he goes on and talks about everything, that the reason he did everything and how actions have consequences. And we end, of course, with the return of Mommy. Mommy is back, as No Doubt is said, and appreciate you guys already in the chat. No Doubt, my dad, everybody that's watching on X, if you're watching on Twitch, please jump on in the chat. Let's discuss some Monday Night Raw. And as I said, it started with a bang, I thought, with CM Punk coming out, explaining his actions and how him and Drew, he wants Adam Pearce to lift the suspension so Drew McIntyre can return so they can face, he says, consequences are always part to your actions. Seth Rollins hits. Seth Rollins comes out, kind of confronts CM Punk and says, as CM Punk goes out and sits at the table also while Seth Rollins is coming in, and he grabs the headphones and he's like, this might take a while. And, he had some fun with it there. And then once they got into it, it was, you didn't just stick your nose, you stuck your nose in my business. And Seth took exception to him, the way he costed basically Seth Rollins the match. And at the end of everything, he just tells CM Punk that, hey, your actions are going to have consequences. So we'll see where this leads later on in the show. Also, Damian Priest kind of goes up to Seth Rollins in the back. Seth Rollins walks with Judgment Day. Judgment Day kind of excuses themselves, and him and Seth are kind of there having a conversation. He says, hey, the gentleman's agreement that we had where, you lose, you don't get another title shot. After I take care of Gunther, I'll take you on any place, anywhere. So they've kind of already written off the stipulation of said match. So it'll be interesting. Dolph Ziggler says Raw General Manager Adam Pearce doing a phenomenal job. Him and Nick Aldis and Ava on NXT, all of them doing tremendous jobs. All of them are doing tremendous jobs. They showed Dom and Pierce backstage. Dom trying to get out of the match. And Adam Pierce tells him, hey, I don't care what you want. You're going to get the match tonight. Then Liv Morgan shows up. He says they want to talk strategy. He said, okay, as long as there's tendies and nuggies. And man, dude, I have really loved the interaction of the Dom Liv. Even during the match, and I'll get into it in a little bit, but during the match, just the facial expressions of Liv. You know, when Dom does the face plant, he gets drop kicked in his knee by Ray, and he drops between her legs, and then he realizes where he's at, and he rolls out of the ring, and her smile, her smirking, then she rolls out of the ring, and she's like, it's okay, it's okay. I forgive you. It's okay, it's okay. I know. Just a little interaction that those two have, and then the stretching. It reminded me of the Trish Stratus, Triple H stretching. It was, what was it? The armbar behind, and he told her to go between the leg, trying to teach her a move to grab his leg. And then Stephanie McMahon walks in as Trish Stratus is bent over, and he has her arm behind her back. And that's kind of what that segment reminded me of when Judgment Day's peeking around the corner, and Carlito, you know, he just has the perfect one-liners. He's filled in that, you know, the R-Truth comedy role very well for that group. It's going to be interesting to see now with Mommy back where the Judgment Day kind of goes now. It's going to be interesting to see. The heads around the corner had me die. Yeah, I mean, it was just good stuff, man. It was very well stuff. Sheamus had a promo. It looks like him and Bronson Reed are going to have a little bit of a feud going. I like that. I like Bronson Reed, man. I don't know where he fits into everything, man. He's such a good talent. He's such a good, you know, big man. And he just kind of gets lost with everything going on. And hopefully him and Sheamus can, of course, have a banger there. They did the Wyatt Sick, Jey Uso, Chad Gable, hell of a match they had there. Jey Uso picks up the win when the music hits. And Jey Uso picks up the win. I'm not sure if I said Jey Uso or Chad Gable, but Jey Uso picks up the win. The music, the lights go out, and Chad Gable's wandering around, runs into the spear. 1, 2, 3. The music keeps going off. The smoke starts coming up. Jey Uso's like, yeet, and he hauls ass. And Chad Gable's laying there in the ring. And then the Nikki Cross character rises up through the smoke. And Chad Gable kind of gets up to his feet, turns around, and hauls ass as well. Then, of course, they give it to Pat McAfee. McAfee does return this week in Ottawa. And another video that says play me. And later on, we do very interesting playing of the videotape of the Wyatt Sick and Bo Dallas. Bronson Reed took on Pete Dunne. A very good match, man. I thought a lot of the matches, Pete Dunne, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Dragunov, very good matches, you know, on Raw that they had tonight. A very hard-hitting match. And, you know, Bronson Reed gets the win, which ultimately was set up that way so that then he could go back after Pete Dunne. Sheamus comes out to make the save, which, of course, to set up next week's match. But then the interesting part was he went to kind of celebrate with Dunne because, remember, they were part of the Fight Night crew. And Dunne pushed him away. The Brawling Brutes. Dunne just pushes him away and kind of leaves. And Sheamus looks kind of like, oh, what's going on here? We'll see where that goes also. Again, there's a lot of little things in the, you know, the mid-card area that, you know, they can work with on Raw as they build up the main events and the big matches for SummerSlam, which, again, right around the corner. I think it's August 3rd in Cleveland. Then you had Sami Zayn come out, and again, he kind of, said he was tired of the disrespect. What's up, Cap for Life? Tired of the disrespect that he's been getting, and he's the champion. And Braun Breaker comes out, kind of talks a little bit about, sets up Sami Zayn, and damn speared him out of his shoes. Sami Zayn lost his shoes. And then he left him laying. Dragunov comes out to make the save. And of course, that sets up a match later on the night, another Dragunov Breaker match. But those two just beat the crap out of each other. So I could probably watch that match over and over because they just put their bodies on the line and just beat the crap out of each other. The Breaker ends up getting disqualified. Then he goes to take out Dragunov. Sami Zayn comes to return the favor, and Breaker takes them both out. So we'll see where this leads, but Breaker standing on the table over Dragunov and Sami Zayn. Do we get a triple threat match at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title? We'll see where they go. There was the 6-man tag, which was Awesome Truth and Braun Strowman against JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and of course Carlito. Judgment Day picks up the win. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Miz and R-Truth. Miz looks like he's starting to slowly go back to his old, about me. He's kind of done with the whole R-Truth. At least it looks that way. Like that's kind of the way it's going. I'm wondering if they get one more chance at the titles, maybe in Cleveland, because again, I believe that's Miz's hometown before he went to California. And do they get a shot at the tag team titles? And then there, Miz kind of turns on R-Truth. We'll have to see. The facial expression at the end of the match after R-Truth gets pinned leaves me thinking what they could do there. Cat for Life says 7 out of 10 before Rhea showed. No more chicken nuggets for Dom. Yeah, the nuggies are done, I think. He's probably going to be eating tendies through a straw. Punk and Pierce he said basically next week, if Punk interferes in the business meeting with McIntyre, he will not get his match with McIntyre. We'll see where they go. After that, there was a moment where Michael Cole actually mentioned the NXT, congratulated Roxanne on retaining and Ethan Page on winning. And I think that says a lot. It gives a little bit of validity to what NXT is doing. And then also, if you saw the NXT promo tonight, again, they flashed up. Somebody called his name, Joe Hendry, at the end of the NXT promo. He was there at the very end. So we'll see if he shows up tomorrow night. Then they go in and the video of the Wyatt Sick, man. Let me tell you something. Bo Dallas in this role, man, is just like, I knew he could do the comedy stuff because you saw it when it was him and Henning. What was his name? I forgot what they were called. I think they were like the B team. When they were the B team, like there was always the comedic part to the Bo Dallas. And then now you're seeing him kind of, go this route and with, again, it's for his brother Wendell, who passed away, Bray. And you're watching this role kind of develop. And they said they don't really want to do a lot of supernatural stuff. It's going to be more stuff that they can work with and make it make sense in wrestling. So they cut to the promo and he says, I took them when no one wanted them. I gave them a purpose. So happy that you remembered them. Grief is the price we pay for love. And then he says, do you want sick? And he says, then sick is what we will be. Then once that video kind of stops, it's Chad Gable looking for Adam Pearce in front of Adam Pearce's door at the office. Frankie, what's up, buddy? And Adam Pearce, Chad Gable's like, hey, you know, if you're not going to do this, I'll have to handle it myself. He says, okay. Opens up the door. Who's sitting there? Bo Dallas. Sitting there as Adam Pearce walks into the room. We'll see where it goes from here, man. It's starting to get, you know, again, once they break the seal on this, there's no more going back. I love the slow walking that they're doing with this because it's still making sense. You're still explaining about the family, about how, you know, nobody wanted them, right? And it was all guys. Dexter Lumis was sitting at home. Gacy was sitting at home. Eric Rowan had been fired. You know, Nikki Cross was not being used. It was everybody no one wanted. All the backstories are there, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's a good little story that they can run with for a while. You don't have to have them getting involved because you leave it to the imagination. You keep doing these videos and they keep playing out. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's Bo Dallas now. In person, not his Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas. Or however I think they're going to call him Bo Dallas still. He's sitting there in the office. So again, I'm liking everything about the Wyatt Six. Then of course we had Damian Priest did a promo talking about him being a champion and how, you know, people interfering and things, and it showed Io Sky and it showed Logan Paul cheating and everything like that. And he said he's going to start looking to the future and to Gunther. And of course, it is Gunther at the thing. Look, man, everything, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow on the Squared Circle Digest. We'll break down a little bit more of the Money in the Bank. We'll talk about some of the mishaps, some of the things that happened there. But they have built up Damian Priest. And again, that match up until that point, I thought it was very good match. It was a very good match for him there. Then we had Damage Control get back on the winning ways. Is Priest out of Judgment Day? No, Damian Priest is not out of Judgment Day. I don't know what's left of Judgment Day after. We'll have to figure it out. I mean, next week we'll answer a lot of questions because, of course, you saw the return of Mommy tonight. So we'll see where that goes. And Damian Priest more than once teased. Like I said, the one time where they were talking in the locker room, and I think it was when he said, I'm going to take care of it tonight. I'm going to take care of it tonight. Then Damian Priest's phone rings. And he looks at it, he smiles, he picks it up, and he says, where you at? And then it goes back out to McAfee and Cole at ringside. Then when they caught Liv, when he did answer the phone. And then when Liv, they're doing the stretching of the groin in the locker room, they all reached her, you know, they all did the look around. And then at the end, Dom leaves and Damian again says, I got something to tell you guys. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. Dom will find out soon enough. So the little Easter eggs were there if you picked up on them. And probably most people did because, again, everybody wanted to see. Yeah, right after he shook hands with Seth freaking Rollins. There you go. And then, so Damage Control did get back on their winning ways. And then the Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville group attack. They leave Damage Control laying. They're going to try to turn Damage Control baby faces in this? Or are they just going to take out everybody? Meaning Stark, Deville, and Baszler. Then they go back to cut a promo, and if you looked in the back of the promo there, Chad Gable once again is talking with the Creeds and Ivy Nile. in the background of the promo that they're cutting for Baszler, Stark, and DeVille. And another thing that I did like that they did was where Zoe Stark says, you know, we're tired. You've cost us twice. Once at Clash of the Castle and once at Money in the Bank. You took it all from me, Io Sky. So they put a little bit of a backstory to why they kind of went after Damage Control and Io. And again, that means a little bit something. It's not just, oh, okay, we just go out and just jump somebody just to bring them on TV. No. Make it make sense. Io took something from Zoe Stark in the Money in the Bank, cost her the briefcase, everything, took everything from her. So now she comes back and they're fighting for that. Let's see. Give Dakota the push. Yeah. The look around. Yes, the look around was hilarious. Let's see. Tyler Helton. Yo. Give Dakota the push. She deserves it. Yes, yes, yes. They're doing it. Creed Brothers and Gable. They've been teasing this thing for as long as they've been doing the Wyatt Six. So maybe where Gable says, I got to do this myself, maybe that's what he's talking about. He's going to get the Creed Brothers and Ivy Nile involved, and then you'll have the Wyatt Six involved. So we'll see where that goes. As they are doing the promo, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, they come in and say that as long as they're the tag team champions, they will run the division. Again, I like that at least they're making some of they're watching things. You're watching things that happened at Money in the Bank, and they're working things off of them. Do they all necessarily mean that they're all going to lead somewhere? No, but at least they're making it make sense from one show to the next. The bump that she took, oh yeah, dude, there's no way. There's no way that I take the bump that Zoe Stark took or be the person that Io Sky taking the brunt of the blow that she took. Look at Frankie Fresco sharing a post for me. Oh, I saw the ending of it, and Dom sticks out the hug, and then she kind of walked around him. Yeah, okay. She did. She walked around, she left the ring. I saw that part, and Dom's going to chase after. Oh, the little doggy. The little doggy. Come on, mama. Come on, mama. Please, mama. Mama, help me, mama. But all in all, look, man, I think we talked about it, Frankie, too, on there when you had, you know, Rhea, we thought either was going to return at Money in the Bank or the Raw after, and it is the Raw after. And the tag team match, it left a lot, you know, it really was just to string along the whole Dom and Liv and do those spots where Dom face plants in the between Liv's legs, Liv smiling, giggling about it. Liv helps him pin Ray, and then at the end, she straddles them. They fall to the canvas. It's Edge and Lita all over again, except there's no heart-shaped bed. Then Dom gives in. He lowers his head down. They're nose to nose. And the Eradicator's music hits. And man, did Liv Morgan haul ass. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. I think it's hit a brick wall. And Dirty Dom. It's going to be very interesting to see where all of these allegiance lay. Because again, Finn Balor and JD McDonough win the tag titles. Why? Because of Liv Morgan. Damian Priest was the only one that at least storyline wise had been talking with Rhea. Now on Monday, next Monday, we're going to see where this leaves everything. And then next Monday, you're going to have Gunther and Damian face to face also. You're going to have the fallout of Rhea Ripley coming back. Drew McIntyre returns. CM Punk will probably not be in the building because they're going to keep them probably separated for a little bit longer. And he also was told that if he interferes in that, then he will not get a match later on. So Monday Night Raw is, I thought, a very good Monday Night Raw coming off of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And again, it's quick. It's a 3 to 4 week turnaround before SummerSlam. So you've got to get the stuff in motion and rolling. Let's see. Carlito is great on Judgment Day. Yeah, he is. He is 100%. Let's see. There was another thing up there I saw earlier about SummerSlam. I thought I saw somebody say something about Gable and the Wyatt Six. Uncle Howdy, it's Tyler. Tyler Helton says Uncle Howdy versus Chad at SummerSlam incoming. You know, I don't know if it's going to happen at SummerSlam. I don't know if that match happens at SummerSlam. It's going to be interesting to see how if they do it at SummerSlam or Bad Blood. Bad Blood will be October, I think it's October 5th. That's the one in Atlanta. I just don't know if you have enough time. I mean, I know what you've been doing with Chad Gable and all that, but I don't know if the story that quickly. And anyways, would he first Uncle Howdy first? I think he goes through, I think he has to work through Gacy and Rowan and Dexter Loomis. Like, I think he's going to take on a member of the Wyatt Six before you take on Uncle Howdy. Again, if you look at it and you think about it, like you don't just get to the leader. You got to go through everybody else before you get to the leader. So maybe they start with a member of the Wyatt Six versus Chad Gable at SummerSlam. But we'll see. Again, this is what I love about wrestling, man. You don't know where Alpha Academy Jr. was not even on the show. I didn't see Otis, didn't see Tozawa, did not see Maxine. None of them on this show. And there was a lot of stuff going on in this show. I mean, the first part took a little while with the CM Punk promo and everything there, and with Seth Rollins being involved and all that. And then Jey Uso, you know, the entrances was pretty quick there. But Tyler Helton says, I trust Triple H booking. Yeah, he's given us no reason not to trust what's going on right now. I mean, the only thing I could look at and try to like say something about is Braun Breaker against Dragunov has been on 3 times so far. And that's nitpicking the crap out of it. Everything else that's been going on has been great. The story with Liv, the interaction, and Frankie Fresco. I trust Tony Khan's booking even more. Of course you do, Frankie Fresco. Of course you do. Don't forget myself and Frankie Fresco, 7 p.m. tomorrow. We will be talking everything Money in the Bank. We also look at AEW Dynamite, Raw, SmackDown. We'll discuss the good, the bad, the ugly of Money in the Bank, and a lot of stuff going on with AEW now. We'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow, but don't forget 7 p.m. We'll be right here on the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel, also on the Frankie Fresco YouTube channel. And if you can, I'm now 195 away from 1,000. So if you can hit the subscribe button, let somebody know. Hit the subscribe button, the Stanley Media House Network, please. And I appreciate everybody. Let's see if we got anything else. Tyler Helton does not trust Tony Khan. Smart man, smart man. Triple H is touching the pulse of the fans. That's it's not only touching the pulse of the fans, but it's also, you know, hitting on things to where it makes you, again, like we were talking about a little bit with, you know, the Heat Wave pay-per-view and some of the other stuff, is there's so many different ways certain parts and certain stories could go that you start just going down paths that might not be there. For instance, we talked about the Money in the Bank, and we'll get in more detail tomorrow. In case I didn't say it before, at 7 p.m., right here on the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel, and also on the Frankie Fresco channel, and then also on the X at Sean_Stanley11. But you can go down all the paths, and maybe they go down the one that you like, maybe they go down the one you don't like, maybe they don't go down any of the paths you thought they were going to go down. But when there's so much possibilities to where you just run wild, that is, to me, is what makes pro wrestling so good. As I said, you put 10 people in a room, they're going to like 10 different things. Everybody's got a different cup of tea. It's Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. And right now, WWE's hitting on 28 of those 31 flavors, to me. They might make a decision that you don't agree with, and then you watch it play out, and you're like, that was pretty damn good. I like it. And right now, everything is hitting for them, including on NXT. The Joe Hendry stuff. The fact that it's playing during a Raw broadcast on the USA Network. And another thing, all during Raw, USA Network. The USA Network is tweeting out things and interacting. JD McDonough was like, they did something with Liv and Dom, and JD McDonough responds back like, you didn't tag Rhea Ripley. And then they show the Braun Strowman chasing him around the ring. It's like, looks like you got more things to worry about. USA Network is interacting with the talent as the show's going on. Like, I mean, it's right now, it just, not only are they hitting on everything, but their partners are seeing it as well. And it's just all coming together at the right time. And right now, they're pushing the right buttons. Let's see here. I believe Sean will hit 1K. Say his names. Oh, man. I so wish. I can't wait to hit the 1,000, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Maybe I'll give away one of my Funko Pops or one of the pictures I have that are signed. I don't know. We'll figure out something. Or a shirt. Or we can do cups. We got different cups that we can do. We'll do something, though. At 1,000, we're going to have a giveaway. And our true, your cap for life, your, no doubts, Terry, who else we got, Frankie, that are in every week with us on the Squared Circle Digest. They're going to get something for me. I can tell you right now. They're going to get a DM. I'm getting addresses, and I'm sending my thank you for all the support and the love they've shown me. We don't always agree on everything, but that's what makes the best damn thing about pro wrestling. Let's see. The Citizen says, so I kind of feel bad for Dom. I don't feel bad for him at all. No doubt, says Joe Hendry. Cap for Life, 1,000 subs is coming. No doubt also, I'm excited for Raw on Netflix. No more. Yeah. And then tonight, like he said, Braun Breaker's built like a brick shit house, and they beeped it out. It's not as bad as Fox, though. I can't wait till they're done with Fox, man. Good God. It's just like everything is beeped out of there. It's like, I remember it used to be like, I think it was the 10 o'clock hour on, like there was, think back to the Attitude Era. I mean, there's women flashing. There was bra and panty matches. And now you can't even say, holy shit. They gets beeped out the crowd. Not the announcer, not one of the wrestlers, but the crowd chanting gets beeped out. It is amazing. Let's see what else we got. Hello, the Citizen. Yes, welcome in, the Citizen. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in on X, everybody that's on the Twitch, everybody that's here on the Stanley Media House YouTube channel. Get a couple more questions if you got any. But all in all, I think the Raw was about a 7.5, 8 on the thing. I mean, look, the Raw after a pay-per-view, other than WrestleMania, of course, is usually just to start to rebuild. But this one was more of a, there's already fire started. Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker, they're going to keep that one going. You had Liv and Rhea, which is going to heat up to SummerSlam. So you already had, some the fires were already smoldering, and then boom, you just add the gasoline, and we're off and running at SummerSlam now. It's going to be very, very interesting. And Rhea was yelling at Dom all the way to the back and pushed him away again as well. Let's see. R2 should leave The Miz and team up with Braun Strowman. Yeah. I think R-Truth needs a singles run, man. They need to bring back the 24/7 title for him. Give him the 24/7 title. I hate Fox. Come on, Fox. Yeah. No, I don't, can't wait till they're off of Fox. I can't wait. But then again, like you watch USA now with Raw, they're beeping out like the holy shit chance. The same thing's going to happen when SmackDown goes there. And Cap for Life, the Cena Farewell Tour. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in 2025. It's going to be the rest of 2024 and then going to 2025. And we're going to discuss that tomorrow as well. Frankie, think about it now. We're going to talk about what matches we might want to see and the ones that are tuned in now that will tune in tomorrow. Think about what matches you would like to see John Cena. And again, remember also the storylines that are going on as they are. Like you're not going to get Cena against Roman Reigns, I don't believe, because you're going to get Roman Reigns with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns with The Rock and Roman Reigns. So try to play it along with what, some of the stories that are going on. I get it. Going into 2025, things may change 150 times, but think of that as it's going. I would love the fantasy book and be like, oh, John Cena versus everybody. What I do want to see before he leaves, I want to see R-Truth versus John Cena. I want R-Truth versus childhood hero. To me, that would be a hell of a match. And make it for the 24/7 title. About them apples. Bring it back for R-Truth. What the hell? I mean, you're going to bring back all these titles. Bring back the 24/7 title. Give it to him. And I want to thank Cap for Life, No Doubt, Tyler Helton, Mr. Frankie Fresco, of course. The Citizen was in. I think I said Tyler, but if I didn't, Tyler, thank you again for joining us tonight. Let's see who else we have. My dad was in there as well. Golf Ziggler. Golf Ziggler, appreciate you, buddy. Tell Dolph I said hi. And in the words of the great Gordon Soley, don't forget, tomorrow, 7 p.m. And these aren't the actual words of the great Gordon Soley. I'll get to those in a minute. I just remembered something. So don't forget tomorrow, 7 p.m. It is the Squared Circle Digest. Myself, Frankie Fresco. We talk about everything WWE, AEW, throwing a little TNA and anything else that's going on in the wrestling world. I appreciate everybody tuning in so late. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Myself, Frankie Fresco, will dive into the world of pro wrestling. And in the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the sun, shine, state.